Hello, and welcome to another tutorial by Randy Orwin from the University of Washington Information School. In this tutorial, I'm going to talk about Canvas group assignment gotchas. And what I mean by that is if you set up your group assignment and you don't make sure students are all in a group before assignments are submitted, you're going to run into some serious problems. So let's get started. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and we're just going to create a new assignment here, give it a name, and then you have to put a description in here, so I'll be quite descriptive. And then we're going to scroll down here. I want to make sure that it's in my assignments group, and I definitely want points. I'm going to leave the default online submission as text entry or file uploads. And because the last assignment I created was a group assignment, Canvas is going to say, oh, he wants to create a group assignment. So it's automatically done that. So I have my group assignment. Canvas also picked the last group set that I used. So that's the group set that I want to use. And so I'll just give it a due date. So let's go out to January 5th. And then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to save and publish. So I've now created my assignment. So we're going to make an assumption, okay, it's time to grade. So we're going to go to SpeedGrader. And here's where I want you to notice a few things. So when you go to SpeedGrader and you have an assignment that is set up as a group, you'll notice that in the purple bar at the top, it says you have a group that needs to be graded. So on this one it says 1 of 4 groups, and then it shows GR1. So GR1 is actually the name of the first group. So I can click on my drop down arrow and it's going to show me all the different groups. So I have GR1 and GR2, and then I have below there I show student's name Orwin R, and then my test student. Now test student's always going to be there, but Orwin R shouldn't be there. So if you see names of students in the group list when you go to SpeedGrader, then that is an indicator that that student is actually not a member of a group. So let's go back and let's take a look at the group that we have here. So we're going to go into this group test. And if I look over here in this left side, I see Orwin R is not in a group. So you need to make sure that you put any students that are not assigned to groups into groups before they start submitting work. And I'm going to show you why that's the case. So if I go back here to SpeedGrader, and so I'm looking in here, I'm going to go to this student right here, Orwin R, and it says I don't have a submission for this student. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say I'm going to add some comments here. Alright, so I'm going to say click submit. I clicked submit, it said your comment has been submitted, but I don't see my comment. Where's my comments? I go back and then I come back in to look at that, and that comment's gone. And many people make the assumption that Canvas ate the comment. That's not necessarily what happened in this particular situation. Because the student is not a member of a group, as we see up here, Canvas is expecting students to be in a group. So when we look on our list, we show all the groups, then we show the students who are not a member of the groups. And in this particular situation, because they're actually not in a group that's part of that group set we selected for the assignment, SpeedGrader doesn't know that they actually have any comments for them because it's looking for comments that were assigned to a group, not an individual student. Now there's a couple of ways that I can check to see if this comment still exists. So let's go back to our course homepage, and I'm going to actually go to the gradebook here. And then in my grades, I have an assignment that's probably the last one on the list. Let's find it. There we go. So here's my group test. When I mouse over the different fields, in the columns, the cells, I get this little speech bubble cloud here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm on ORWIN-R, so I'm going to click on this little cloud, and we can see that no, Canvas did not eat the comment. It's actually still showing here in this particular area, but as I explained before, because Canvas doesn't recognize this student as a group, it's not going to pull any data into SpeedGrader, but that is still available to us. So that's a positive thing. So that's one way you can see those things if you make the mistake of not adding a student to a group. If you want to see it without having to go into here, then you have to actually go edit the assignment. So let's go back to our assignments. I'll go down here to the bottom of my assignment list. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the group assignment setting. So I'm going to scroll down here to this is a group assignment, and now I'm going to say assign grades to each student individually. I'll scroll down, we'll say save. Now let's go back out into SpeedGrader. We'll go ahead and refresh this page. And here I am now. I can see that it no longer says groups in this spot right here. It actually says student. So that tells me I'm actually grading students individually, and I'm already on the ORWIN-R student, and here is the comment that I made earlier, and it does show up. Now if that student was in a group, or you wanted them to be in a group, and you created a comment that you wanted sent to the group, that will not have been sent to everybody in the group, and you're going to have to copy and paste that comment, and then you're going to have to paste it into every single person in that group, or you're going to have to go back. You're going to have to add the student to the group, turn off the grade individually option, and then you can come back in and make a new comment, and then it will show up for everybody in the group. Hopefully this helps.